Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're listening to Kickin' It with Q. My name is Quentin, and today we got the opportunity to interview somebody who was previously on our podcast. We got to travel alongside an international student while she tells us her story. Kaylee, originally from Hong Kong, her sister Emma, and her friend Kitty talk about the difficult situations that's going on back home, and we get to hear their side of the story of what's really happening. So stay tuned. Thousands of outraged protesters fill the streets of Hong Kong. Red and blue flashing lights reflect off the windows of local businesses. Fully armored police officers line the streets, pushing protesters back. Tear gas canisters raining down from the sky, mace being sprayed into thousands of civilians' eyes. Police officers taking people, so others are running and screaming out of fear of never returning. It's complete chaos. Lee was born in the Free Democratic Region located in the bottom part of China, Hong Kong. She was born in a hard-working family with two other sisters. Lee has lived in Hong Kong for 18 years and had recently moved to Washington State to attend Pierce College. Growing up as a kid, Lee already knew what some of the things her country and mainland China has done in the past. Her mother wanted to educate her and her siblings of some of the tragedies that have occurred and also have been covered up by China.
So when I was a kid, actually, I already know about the government because because my parents, they are like, it was really weird because mostly like middle-aged people and elderly, they don't really, they still believe in the government before, and then my parents, they hate the government so damn much. So every day what I receive is the government is bad, how the government is bad, why is the government bad. So that's why it builds up like afterwards, and then I found out the government is actually bad. And do you know about the Tiananmen Square incident?
Mm-mm.
So it happened in China before. So it was like 1990 something, and there was a group of college students protesting in China. Yeah, and they killed all of them. They turn off the lights. They have like tanks in, and then they kill all of them. Bang, 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 and then blood everywhere. And that incident, like every year, like it's happened on the 4th of June, and every year, my parents will show me and my sister the documents. So it's like growing up as a child, I already see like the Chinese government killing people. So I already know this stuff.
In February of 2019, Hong Kong officials proposed a bill that would allow transfer of fugitives to mainland China and Taiwan, which the Hong Kong citizens did not agree with. Hong Kong citizens felt like it was a breach of their own rights. That bill would only allow anyone, even outspoken activists, to be sent to China, Taiwan, or any other territories for that country's punishment. While Lee's parents raised her to know what the government was capable of at such a young age, her friend Kitty was raised on the other hand. Kitty was raised to be successful, to always strive to work hard.
How was your upbringing? What did your parents taught you as a child about Hong Kong? My family members will usually say there are a lot of competitions in Hong Kong. They told me to work harder on my academics. They mainly emphasize academically. They think that you must enter a university to be successful.
Kitty's family had a total different view on discussing politics. They saw the news, but her parents never discussed with them. She says her family tries to stay neutral, where they won't support either side, protesters or police. Since Kitty wasn't being taught Hong Kong's past like Lee was, she never really wanted to get involved. She cares so much for her hometown, she sees both sides as equal contributors to what's going on right now.
其實我都係對政治有啲冷感嘅。
I am
我對呢
mostly
件事
neutral too.
就我會睇到新聞，即係見到啲警察
I feel
咁
angry
樣
seeing
去
how the
對
police treated
即係我
the
哋呢班
teenagers on the
年
news.
輕人，會覺得都會嬲嘅，的確，因為即係佢哋好似係完全漠視緊民意
The
啦。
government is
咁但係
ignoring
有
its
陣
people.
時就即係譬如講到話即係又打警察嗰啲咧，咁
However, I
反
don't
而
agree when the
唔認同
protesters
即係
attack
始終
police
佢哋都係
officers.
人嚟嘅。
We're all human and we need to respect one another.
On September 16th, 2019, Lee moved from her home and made her way to Washington State to attend her first year and experience life as a college student.
I moved here on the 16th of September 2019. I remember that day because it was the first time I went on a plane. I have never been on a plane before.
Coming to the U.S., she instantly saw the difference. The less crowded streets and quieter neighborhoods really appealed to her, to finally be in peace.
So I came here and it's like everything is so quiet. So I went like right there outside and then everything is so quiet because back in Hong Kong everything is like loud and it's a city, so it's like everybody's moving, it's packed with people, but like right here it's like quiet. And then I went to the dog park, like Forest Dog Park. It's really, really good. I love the view so much. I like the vibe.
As Lee settled into her new home and surrounded herself with new, fresh faces, it was intimidating at first, but she thought it would be better if she changed her mindset to turn it into a social, interactive person. But as Lee is here focusing, she is still reminded every day why she's here and what her family's going through.
It was, I don't remember what day, but my mom called me and said they fired like tear gas right down my building. And then it was horrible because my mom said that we have to close all the windows, we cannot go outside, and we have to, there are people shouting, there are people like crying and stuff, and it's really horrible.
But Lee's mother is staying strong and finds ways to help out any of the young protesters in any way she can.
My parents, my mom especially, she is emphasizing the protesters because a lot of protesters, they are young and their family don't support it. So a lot of family cast them out of their house and tell them you cannot get back in if you are being so rebellious, if you are being so stupid against the government, because they still believe in the government. And those kids, they don't have food. They have to save money to buy tear gas masks, which is crazy, and they don't have any money. So my mom sometimes, when she see like not kids on the street, that's too extreme, but it's like when she see a high school student, say, and then she wearing a tear gas mask, she will like bring some food to them and just eat it.
Hong Kong has been through a lot already. Government officials deciding on a controversial bill, enormous protests because of that, and now recently, the coronavirus. The coronavirus has slowly been making its way around the globe, causing thousands of millions of deaths, a very infectious bug. The people of Hong Kong understand what the repercussions are if they continue protesting, but they want to take that stand.
It was scarier that in Hong Kong than in here because I don't really feel like people are worried about the coronavirus right here. They are scared, but it's like mostly they're not really worried. But because like back in Hong Kong, every single person is wearing a mask, like surgical mask. Every single one. When you go out the street, everyone is wearing it, and it's like, but like in here, if you wear it, you'll be a weirdo.
Lee worries that the U.S. isn't taking the right precaution in handling this epidemic. She describes what it was like for her and her family with the past experiences and what they've done to prevent picking up those viruses back then.
What I think that like in Hong Kong too, they have like a past flu. It's called SARS, and it was really really serious at that time, and everybody is affected by it. Nobody talks to anybody because they're so scared of the virus. Nobody talks, nobody touches each other, and it's like a dead city. It's like nobody's going out anymore. Everybody stay at home. I was born. I was like 2 years old, and my mom told me that we stay at home every single day, and if my dad has to go to work, she will be super worried. And there's this one time because my dad is like do you know crane? So it's like a thing.
Oh yeah, the crane worker.
Yeah, my dad like drive that thing. So he actually has to work near a hospital. So my mom was super worried at that time, and so because of that, we are really really worried about the coronavirus. We are scared that it's gonna be the next SARS, but it has already been actually.
Lee's sister Emma lives in Ireland, far away from her hometown also. But where she lives, Ireland is taking just about the same amount of precaution as the U.S. She feels like there is more of a chance to catching the bug outside of her home because other countries don't know how to take the right measures.
Is it much worse than Hong Kong? I think that it is safer to go back to Hong Kong than staying in Ireland. In Ireland, I need to stay at home every day and I can not socialize with my friends. It is safer in Hong Kong because we are used to the idea of wearing masks. In Western countries, they don't wear masks. It's extremely normal to wear masks in Hong Kong, and I feel safer and more secure in Hong Kong. Some Irish think that it is not a big deal. Nothing will happen to them. They can still go on drinking in clubs and pubs. They still think that washing your hands is more than enough. Our lecturer said that it is ridiculous, but everybody has their own perspective.
Okay, so what makes you think that, like the people from Hong Kong, what makes them so aware of the situation and react so quickly?
It's because Hong Kongers has been through SARS in 2003. Hong Kongers has been through a lot in 2003. In Emma's garden, the spread of the virus was very serious. In Ireland, they mostly have single houses, so they don't really have that problem. At the beginning, back when Hong Kong was mildly affected by the coronavirus, a student told me that the doctor has never seen a virus coming to Ireland, and there's nothing to worry about. I think they have a serious issue when taking precautions against pandemic. They don't really understand that virus has no concept of borders. They think that it is none of their business if the virus won't come to Ireland.
So much is going on, and it seems like no one can catch a break. How does one stay positive and keep your spirits up when all these occurrences keep happening? People keep on asking, but it seems like Lee's got the answers. Lee finds nothing but the positive aspects in life and goes out there and actually tries to meet new people.
I take my time off stuff sometimes. So I walk, like I said, I walk to the park, and I mostly just walk to the park and do nothing. So sometimes, because like I said, the schoolwork right here, it's not that intense, and it's actually kind of easy. So I have a lot of times in my hands, so I just vibe sometimes, and it's like talking to random people.
With the coronavirus infecting thousands in Hong Kong and China, the protesters still standing for what they believe in, and the violence from the police force, Lee sees a blurred future, an unpredictable one, but she hopes to see her home live and thrive once again.
I cannot see, like, if I think about the future, it's blurry to me, it's blurry. And I cannot see there's like a bright future in Hong Kong, because no matter how it ends, even if the protesters win, it doesn't necessarily mean that things are gonna work well in Hong Kong, because there is no answer to that. But I absolutely think that this probably might lead to the best outcome, like us protesting and fighting against the government. It's better to do that instead of like staying silent.
Alright, that is part 1 of part 2. So if you would like to hear more, please stay tuned for the longer version. My name is Quentin, and you are listening to Kickin' It with Q. See ya.